Hare Krishna Mataji, who's doing introduction today?
Ishumati Mataji.
He's not in the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranams. Dandat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sorry, I don't know if I'm disturbing. Dandat Pranams to all of you. Mataji, our glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sumigya.
Yeah, I think so. We can start the call. I know some coordinators are not there. So I'll start the recording and then we can start our session.
Yes, Mataji, we have to read Srila Prabhupada.
All right.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'm very sorry for the slight delay.
No problem, Mataji. Even if you are busy, that's okay. I'll go ahead and I'll read Prabhupada's quote and I can start the class. No worries at all.
Today we are very honored to have Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji. I'm sorry, Her Grace Priti Vilasini Mataji is she's traveling and that's why she's not available. But thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining. Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji will be presenting today on Sri Caitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Khanda, from chapter 15, text 19 onwards. Mataji, do you have the quote pulled up?
Yes, Mataji, I can go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Thank you for joining. So we'll read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today. September 26, Krishna takes special care of the devotee, guides him, gives him intelligence. What kind of intelligence? Just to give him the clue how one can go home, back home, back to Godhead. Krishna does not give intelligence how one can gain some material prosperity. Therefore, people who are not very much interested in worshipping Krishna. This is said by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in Bombay on September 26, 1973. So Prabhupada quotes are always so profound, and he always quotes the relevant quotes that is always relevant to our classes. So we are really grateful to His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. And we are grateful to each and every one of you for joining us in this session. Thank you so much for all of your association. So we will start. Neetu Mataji, you have unmuted. You have anything to say?
No, Mataji, sorry.
No worries. Thank you so much. Okay, dear devotees, so we will start with our invocation prayers and then we'll go forward with our Chaitanya Bhagavat session. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी शिराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय हेमादिव्य छवि सुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रस प्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते आजानुलंबित भुजौ कणकावधातौ संकीर्तने कपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ जयति जयति देवा कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्य पवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेश्वमूर्ते जयति जयति नृत्यां तस्य सर्वप्रियाणां Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all so much once again for your very, very nice, wonderful, kind association. And we will, before we start our Chaitanya Bhagavat session, I'd like to offer my prayers, my prostrated obeisances to all of you, that please shower your blessings, your wishes, your prayers, so that I may speak something relevant to this subject matter and at the same time imbibe in my personal life. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrindi ki jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis ki jai. So, we will begin our Chaitanya Bhagavat session. So, we have completed the pastime of Jagai and Madhai. How when Jagai and Madhai, they were delivered by Sri Nityanandaram, of course, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then they were involved in the internal pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he used to do nocturnal kirtans, and Jagai and Madhai were accepted in that assembly. And then Vrindavan Das Thakur shifts his camera towards Yamaraj Loka, and described so beautifully that how Yamaraj was also bewildered seeing the sinful activities of this Jagai and Madhai. And then all of a sudden, when he came to know that all the account has been turned zero, he fainted. He fainted seeing the mercy of our Nitai Gaura. And he was also bewildered that how come Mahaprabhu is so merciful that he delivered Jagai and Madhai, who were the epitome of all the sinful reactions and activities that they were performing. Seeing the deliverance of Jagai and Madhai, all the inhabitants of Swargaloka and upper planetary systems, they wanted to see, they wanted to witness the pastime of deliverance of Jagai and Madhai that happened in this Bhauma earthy pastime of the Supreme Lord, Bhauma Leela. And to witness that they were on their chariots, and all of a sudden they crossed Yamarajapuri and the Loka of Yamaraj, and they saw how Yamaraj is simply getting fainted, and they uttered the holy name in his ear, and hearing the utterance, hearing the pure holy name, Yamaraj started dancing, and seeing him, everybody started dancing on Sankirtan. So they have the whole Kirtan party, and they started dancing, glorifying the magnanimous nature, the munificent nature of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we ended the last chapter there. And now from this chapter onwards, Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that Jagai and Madhai were delivered, and now they are living in Madhya as a very Mahabhagavad devotees, as a highly religious people. The same in Jagai and Madhai, who were, when seen by the Bhagavats, by the pure devotees, they used to take bath with their vastras on, with their clothes on, they will go and take bath in Ganga. The same devotees now, after seeing Jagai and Madhai, just by their darshan matra, they feel that they have taken Ganga Snan. So this is how Nityananda Prabhu, he made Jagai and Madhai as the first class Mahabhagavad devotees. So every day Jagai and Madhai would come and would take bath in the river Ganga. They would sit in a solitary place and they will chant so many names. It's been explained by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur that they chanted 200,000 names of Krishna every day. And not only that, they would cry. They would cry constantly as they were chanting the name of Krishna. So why they were crying? Because they were repenting. So this is how we also have to understand in our own life that when any mistake is done, and when we know that we have done a mistake or any kind of, blunder, you can say, or any sinful action, then there are three ways by which we can deal with it. First of all, the very first thing is to recognize that yes, we have committed a mistake. So Jagai and Madhya, before they were delivered, they were so happy in their own world. They were intoxicating, they were in their own world, and they were plundering and they were stealing and they were doing all nonsensical activities. At that time, they were even not recognizing that they have committed a mistake. It's just by when they were delivered by the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now they started recognizing that yes, the life they were leading before was a hellish life. So I know we all have this kind of experience when we came into Krishna consciousness, that whatever life we have been leading before coming into Krishna consciousness was really worth living in hell. But now we know it's not that the problems have stopped coming after joining Krishna consciousness. So joining Krishna conscious movement doesn't give you a guarantee. It doesn't give you a sure shot method that the problems will not come. Maybe the problems can increase after coming into Krishna consciousness. So the problems will come, but how we have to deal with those problems is what Krishna conscious teaches us. That how to see the hand of the Supreme Lord in everything that we deal with. So this is how the first thing what teaches that Krishna consciousness teaches us is recognizing who we were and what were we doing and what mistakes we were committing. So first we have to recognize. So Jagai and Madhya were also crying, chanting Krishna's name and were crying. But their crying was because they were recognizing that they have committed a lot of sinful activities. And of course, though Mahaprabhu said that Mukshashami Mashuchaha, that I will take care of all your sinful reactions, do not fear. But still, they were so repenting in their heart. So after recognizing, the repentance should come. So we should be repentant of what we have done. Even after coming into Krishna consciousness, if we have committed any mistake, that repentance should be there. And therefore, here we see that how Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that they are both Jagai and Madhya, while chanting the names of Krishna, they were crying profusely. Why? Because now they have recognized and they were repenting. They were repenting on the mistakes that they have done. And the final R is rectifying. And we should try to rectify whatever mistakes that we have done. So here also Vrindavan Das Thakur describes that yes, they were the recipient of the boundless mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His Nirankusha mercy was coming, but still they always chant, they cry, they fell unconscious on the ground because they recognized that they have done mistake. They repented, and now we will see that how our Madhya also rectified it. How he rectified it? Again, he approached Nitai. So Madhya was the one who hit Nityananda Prabhu personally. Both were actually the instrument in giving harm to Sri Nityananda Prabhu. But Madhya was the one who physically hit Sri Nityananda Ram. So he was crying profusely and he was praying to Nityananda Ram that, who am I? I have hit you. You are the property of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And you have bestowed so much mercy on me. but still I am so sinful that I attacked Nityananda Ram. On the other hand, Nityananda Prabhu is so merciful that he forgive all my offenses. But still, just another person saying that I have forgiven you doesn't close the chapter. Yes, Nityananda Prabhu forgave Madhya, and Mahaprabhu embraced Madhya and gave both Jagai and Madhya the boundless mercy. But does that close the chapter? No. Recognizing, repenting, but at the same time, we should try to rectify our mistake. And how we have to rectify is we have to approach some senior devotee. We should approach to our spiritual master. And this way, he would always condemn himself. Madhya would always condemn himself that I was the medium. I became a nimit matram in making Nityananda Prabhu bleed. Therefore, I am very sinful. And seeing that, Nityananda Prabhu once what he did, Madhya, what he did, that we will see from this chapter onwards. Let me share my screen. Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Nityananda Prabhu gave his mercy, but our Madhya was not satisfied. Ekadina Nityanande nibrate paiya padila Madhya dui charana dhariya. So one day he saw Madhya, he was crying, he was repenting, he was understanding, he was recognizing that he has committed mistake. Not only a mistake, but it was a blunder by hitting Sri Nityananda Ram. So Ekadina Nityananda Nibrate Paya. So one day our Madhya saw that Nityananda Prabhu is sitting in a solitary place and grabbing this wonderful opportunity. Padiyala Madhya Dui Charana Dhariya. And our Madhya immediately fell down and grabbed the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu because he was trying to find this opportunity where he can personally beg forgiveness from Nityananda Prabhu. Yes, he has already asked for forgiveness and Nityananda Prabhu has already forgiven him, but still Madhya was repenting in his heart that what he has done was not a proper behavior. So what he did, he fell down and he grabbed the lotus feet of Nitai. Prema jale dhoir lila prabhu racharana dante trena dhari kare prabhu rastavana. Very beautiful verse. So what he did Abhishek. He performed the Abhishek ceremony of Nityananda's Prabhu's lotus feet. Prema jale dhoila. So with prema jale, with the love of tears, the tears of love, he was washing the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord with the tears of love. The tears were coming out. He was crying profusely, but they were not the ordinary tears. They were not the tears of one's own suffering. They were the tears of love. They were the tears of gratitude towards Nityananda Prabhu. So prema jale. So Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that they were not ordinary jal that was coming out from the eyes of Madhya, but it was a prema jala. It was the tears of love, tears of gratitude, tears of thanks that were coming out. And of course, the tears of repentance that was coming out from the eyes of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So prema jale dhoila. He washed the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu with his tears of love. And then what he did, Dante trina dhari kare prabhu rastavana. And he took a straw between his teeth and he started offering his prayers. So this is also very widely been used, this term, Dante trina dhari. Okay, what is the meaning of Dante trina dhari? So again, it can be used as a literal sentence and as a figurative way of explaining. So like we saw, that how when it is said that you wash the lotus feet of a Mahabhagavad devotee and you drink that water, right? Bhakta pada dhuliyar, bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhakta avashesha tina mahabal. That you have to take the dust of the lotus feet of a Mahabhagavad devotee and you have to wash the lotus feet of the Mahabhagavad devotee and drink that charanamrita. And then whenever the opportunity comes, you can even take the remnants that is left by a Mahabhagavad devotee. But again, it has been mentioned that all these things can be figuratively also it can be understood. Literally also it has to be done, but figuratively also it has to be understood. Just like you wash the lotus feet or you take the dust of the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, means literally you have to go and you have to take the dust. But figuratively also it has the meaning that you have to follow the instructions of that Mahabhagavad devotee. So if somebody says that, oh, I have been taking the dust, I have washed the lotus feet, I have drink that charanamrita, but I don't follow the instructions. Well, that will not suffice the work. The only way is that you have to accept it figuratively also and literally also. One should try to do this act of taking the dust of the lotus feet of the Vaishnava. And we have to follow the instructions. So it goes hand in hand. Similarly, Dante Trinadhari also, we have seen a lot of our acharyas have used this term. So Dante Trinadhari, Dante means between the teeth. Trina, the blade of grass, has to be held. So what is the significance of holding the blade of grass between one's teeth? So we know from our so many scriptures, like we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Sanatana Goswami and Srila Rupa.
இப்பதான் நானே கனெக்ட் பண்ணேன்.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. So when Sanatana Goswami and Srila Rupa Goswami in Ramakeli and they met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there also it has been explained, Uthi dui bhai tabe danta trinadhari, dainya kare stuti kare, khara yudha kari. So what these two brothers did, that they got up from their place where they went and see Mahaprabhu. They got up, they hold the straw between the teeth, and then they went with karadoya, means with their hands, with the kara, they folded their hands and they offered the prayers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even our Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in the very famous bhajan, he writes, Rupa sanatana pade dante trina dhari bhakati vinoda pade dui pada dhari. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that I clasp the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatan Goswami, danta trina dhari, by holding the straw between my teeth. Even our Nityananda Prabhu also says, means Lochan Das Thakur actually, in the famous bhajan, Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Ram. He mentions, Yara dekhe tare kahe danta trina dhari, amara kiniya laha bhaja gaura hari. That our Nityananda Prabhu was such that every person when he meets, he will, Jare dekhe tare kahe, whomsoever he will see, whomsoever he will meet, he will request them. Please, bhaja gaura hari, laho gauranga, bhaja gauranga, kaho gauranga namare. Right? So this is the mood of Nityananda Prabhu. But how was he doing? Yara dekhe tare kahe dante trinadhari. He would clasp the grass between his teeth and he will tell everybody to please chant Krishna's or Gaura's holy name. Another time in the very famous bhajan, Narottam Das Thakur also sings. There's a very famous bhajan, Gauranga Pati, Gauranga Karuna Karo, Dina Hina Jane, Mosama Patita Prabhu, Nahi Tribhuvane. That in this entire Tribhuvan, there is no one who is most fallen than me. In that, Narottam Das Thakur says, Dante trena dhari gaura, dakiye tumare, kripa kariye shoama, hridaya mandire. He says that I'm holding this grass between my teeth and I'm calling out you. Daki means to call out. Hey tumhare, I'm calling out the name of you, O Gaura, that you please be compassionate to me, please be munificent on me, and please come and reside in Hridaya Mandire, come and reside in the temple of my heart. So this is how we saw there are many examples. You can always go and search, but here are the few examples where our acharyas have used this phrase as Dante Trinadhari. But what does it mean? Yes, we saw that literally our acharyas have clasped this blade of grass between their teeth and they have approached. They have approached the Supreme Lord. But the literal meaning is, yes, the literal is this, but the figurative meaning is that we have to be very humble. The humility, the expression of humility, the feeling of humility is actually expressed by this holding a blade of grass between one's teeth. So let's now dive little deep on this term, that what is Trina and what is its significance. We know that Trina, the blade of grass, is so insignificant. It doesn't hold a very valuable position in this entire world. It's, of course, we ourselves, even human beings, have no valuable position. We are also so insignificant. But still, in the comparison of all the material things that exist, Trina is considered to be the most insignificant. Right? It's such an insignificant thing. Moreover, this Trina doesn't have any existence also. If we see that if Trina is lying somewhere on the street, one gush of wind comes and Trina is blown out. And then with one gush of wind, even the same Trina can land up on the highest peak of some temple. So on its own, it doesn't have any existence. So similarly, when our acharyas, they approach, they have this understanding that on our own, I have no existence whatsoever. So when somebody approaches one spiritual master or the Supreme Lord with this phrase of Dante Trinadhari, it means that, oh Lord, oh my master, on my own, I don't have any existence. Let your mercy in the form of a gush of wind comes and gives me whatever destination I am worth of. Right? So we are on our own, have no existence whatsoever. So this is, we have to understand that with the comparison of Trina, that we also don't have any existence. So when acharyas use this kind of phrase, they equate themselves with that Trina. They equate themselves that how, just like Trina is insignificant and has no existence, similarly, I also don't have any existence. I am also very insignificant. But just like Trina, with the one gush of wind can be placed on the topmost peak of a temple, similarly, O Supreme Lord, by your mercy only, I can carry and fulfill your orders, whatever you want me to do. Another way of understanding is that Trina or a grass is normally eaten by herbivorous animals. So it becomes the food of the animal. So animals eat this. So similarly, when our acharyas use these words, they equate themselves to that lower animals who feed on these trinas. And they say just like the animals, they don't have any intelligence to understand their spiritual life. Yes, they are always engrossed in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Similarly, we acharyas speak in utmost humility, they speak that we are also like animals, always trying to gratify our senses, always involved in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. And we are holding this trina to show you, Supreme Lord, that we are no better than animals. We have no intelligence. We don't have the right consciousness by which we can approach you. But you please be merciful on us, and you please guide us. You please give us the intelligence also how to pray to you. This is another significance of holding that trina in one's teeth. Now, another reason why trina is that when we see the grass and we step on it, does that grass retaliate? No, the grass doesn't retaliate. The grass is very flexible. Just like the hurricane comes or torrential rain comes, we see that the big trees, they fall. But what happens to trina? Trina can face the strong winds. They can resist that winds. Why? Because it bends. It is very flexible. Similarly, when acharyas use this phrase, they want to tell us, they want to tell the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they want to explain through their own example that how one should be. One should be very flexible, very malleable. That's how one's position should be. We should be very flexible. Even if some criticism comes, we should take it as a constructive criticism. And we should not retaliate. We should not say something bad against those people. Because just like the trina doesn't retaliate, rather it moves with the will of whatever, whether the rain comes or whether the wind comes. Similarly, a devotee should be like a trina, should be very flexible and should be deeply rooted. Why trina is not able to is very flexible and it doesn't retaliate? Why it is so? Because the trina or the grass is well rooted in the ground. Similarly, we devotees should be well rooted in our Krishna conscious values. Only then we will be able to survive the reversals in our life. Just like the blade of grass accept the reversals, similarly, we should also be able to accept those reversals. Now, another thing learning from trina is that when that scorching heat of sun is there, then sometimes we see that the grass becomes yellow. It loses its lustrous green color under that because of that heat of the scorching sun. But then what happens? This happened during winter times or during extreme summer times. But then what happens during the spring and the autumn season? As soon as the rain comes, then what happens? It brings life back again to the same grass. The same grass which is now have lost all its color, all its luster, becomes shining again just by some water or some nice season that comes in. Similarly, we devotees should also learn from this, that sometimes we also loses that enthusiasm in our Krishna consciousness. But we should not let that go or let that fade away forever. A little patience if we develop, and little enthusiasm if we develop by associating with enthusiastic devotees, the same enthusiasm that is lost will come back. Isn't it? So these are the few lessons that we can also understand, that why our acharyas time and again, whether you can see Chaitanya Charitamrita or you can see various bhajans by our acharyas, they have used this phrase, Dante Trinadhari. Okay. Now, another thing that what we can understand in this regard is that how the same blade of grass can become an uddipana. I know. How many of you remember from Madhurya Kadambari we have discussed that what do you mean by the word uddipana? Anybody wants to say, unmute and can say this? What do you mean?
Something that
Go ahead, Parima Mataji.
Uddipana means it's something that reminds you of something.
Very good. Something that reminds you.
Like the rain cloud reminds us of Krishna. A peacock feather reminds us of Krishna that way.
Very nice example. Just like Radharani, when she used to see the clouds, the monsoon clouds, she will remember her Shyama Sundar. When she will see the rainbow, then it will remind her of Krishna's peacock feather. So these are little uddipanas that rekindle or kindle some bhakti in the heart of a devotee. So similarly, just a blade of grass can kindle the remembrance of Lord Rama, can kindle the remembrance of Lord Krishna, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. So how we can understand this? Again, I'll open it for all of you so that you can also, something you can brainstorm yourself and understand that where in the entire Ramayana, this one blade of grass was used, by just seeing that blade of grass can make us remember Lord Ram.
Mataji, one place I remember is Sita Devi throwing a blade of grass when Ravana is coming, though he's saying.
Very nice. Thank you, Anita Mataji. So nice. Yes. When Sita kept this one blade of grass in her mind and she would throw this blade of grass between herself and Ravana, who's standing in front. And what she means, she used to just keep that trina and she would say that you please better stay away from me. Stay away from me, because Ravan was personified the wickedness. And so she would keep that one blade of grass and she would tell Ravana to stay away from me. Similarly, this one blade of grass seeing, we can remember this pastime and we can remember Lord Ram and Sita. And we can also pray that let all the wickedness of Maya stay away from us. Similarly, if we see a blade of grass, can make us remember Krishna from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says that one should always keep oneself grounded on like a kusha grass, and one should focus with concentration on chanting of the holy name. So entire 6th chapter of Dhyana Yoga, where Krishna says that one should be seated on a kusha grass. So the word grass or the blade of grass can make us remember even Krishna. Similarly, when we see a blade of grass, it can remind us of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How? Because Mahaprabhu in his Shikshashtakam writes, Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahisuna. That just by Trina, seeing Trina, we can make it reminds us of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that everybody should behave like a Trina, like a grass. How can we be trinad api suni chena? We can be humble, more humbler than the blade of grass. So these are the few thoughts which, immediately came, and I was thinking that how Trina, though insignificant, but plays a major role in the life of a devotee by giving so many lessons to us by which we can understand. So similarly, here also we saw that our Madhya is literally holding that trina. Is taking a straw between his teeth, and at the same time, figuratively being utmost humble, developing that utmost humility in his mind. He's approaching the Supreme Lord and he's offering his prayers. He's approaching Nitai. He's approaching Nityananda Prabhu. And how we will see all the prayers of Madhya offering his prayers to Nityananda Prabhu. So let's see, whatever the time permits, we'll try to cover the prayers. Vishnu Rupe Tumi Prabhu Karaha Palana Tumi Se Phanaya Dhara Ananta Bhuvana. So from the very start, he tells Nityananda Prabhu that you are the one, you are maintaining everyone in the form of Vishnu. So we all know the Purushavatas, the Karanodakshai Vishnu, the Garbhodakshai Vishnu, the Shirodakshai Vishnu, Narayan form, and even the Chaturvyuha form. They all are coming from whom? They are coming from Balaram. And Balaram and Nityananda Prabhu, they are not different. So he's saying Vishnu Rupi tumhi Vishnu ka roop dharan karte ho. You take the form of Vishnu and you maintain everyone. Tumhi se phanaya dhare ananta bhavan. And you are the one who is also expanding himself as Ananta Shesh, by which you are holding all the universes on your hoods like a mustard seed. So you are the one who is also the Ananta Shesh, and you are the one who is also the Shirodakshai Vishnu or the Karanodakshai Vishnu who is lying on that Ananta Shesh. Bhakti Rasa Rupa Prabhu Tora Kalevara Tomara Chintaya Mane Parvati Shankara. So he's saying, oh Lord, you are the embodiment of pure devotional service. You are Bhakti Rasa Rupa. Why? Because it's Nityananda Prabhu who is serving the Supreme Lord Krishna in all the mellows. In all the mellows he is serving. Whether you take it as Shantaras, as Dasyaras, as Sakyaras, as Vatsalyaras, or even in Madhuryaras as Anangamanjari. So he is the one who serves the Supreme Lord. He is also the Lord, but in a sevak mood. He wants to serve. So the only difference between Krishna and Balaram is the color and the mood. The mood of Balaram or Nityananda Prabhu is to always serve Lord Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So he's saying you are the embodiment of pure devotional service. And then he's saying, Tomhara chintaya mane Parvati Shankara. Even Lord Shiva and Parvati are meditating on you. Not only that, who else? Tomara se bhakti yoga tumhi kara daan. Toma bai chaitanyera priya nahi aan. So he's saying that not only that, you yourself distribute your devotional service. Because in the previous verse, he's saying you are the embodiment of pure devotional service. You are the personification of pure devotional service. And therefore, devotional service is your adhikar. And now you are distributing yourself this devotional service. Tomai by Chaitanya Priya Nahi Ana. And there is no one dear to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu than you. So this is what he is explaining Vrindavan Das Thakur via the medium of our Madhya. He is saying that Lord Nityananda Prabhu is non-different from Lord Krishna. And Lord Nityananda Prabhu serves the Supreme Lord Krishna in all the ways. Krishnera Dvitiya Nityananda Bainai Sangi, as an associate, as a Sakha, as a friend, as a Shayana, as his couch, as a Bhushana, as his ornaments, as his Bandhu, as his friend. He is serving only and only Krishna in the best possible way. And then he's saying that not only that, Prabhu also even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says that if anybody doesn't follow or doesn't respect Nityananda Prabhu, then Mahaprabhu will not bestow his mercy. Because Mahaprabhu thinks that Nityananda Prabhu is non-different from him. Prabhu bale eha Nityananda Swarupera se karaya bhakti shraddha ekare amare. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that one who has faith and devotion to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, only that person can develop some faith and devotion towards me. This is how Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to consider Nityananda Prabhu non-different from him. So therefore he is saying, and he says that there is no one more dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu than you. Then he says, Tomara sa prasade Garuda Mahabali Leelaya Vahaya Krishna Haye Kutuhali. So he's saying that yes, Krishna has its own carrier and it's Garuda, who is very beautifully, strongly flapping its wings and taking you from one place to another. He carries you in your different pastimes. But that power of Garuda also comes from Nitai. He's saying you are the source of the power of Garuda. It's only by your mercy only that Garuda could flap its wings and happily carry Krishna in various pastimes. तुम्हें से अनंत मुखे कृष्ण गुण गाओ, सर्वधर्म श्रेष्ठ भक्ति तुम्हें से भजाओ. You are the one as Ananta Shesh who is singing the glories of the Supreme Lord and till now has not found an end to it. From innumerable mouths, you are simply singing the glories of Krishna. Sarva Dharma Shrestha. What is Sarva Dharma Shrestha? Is devotional service. Sarva Dharma Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Vraj. Krishna says that just give up all other religious things and only surrender unto me. So he's saying something that is the highest of all the dharmas, that is bhakti. Sarva dharma shrestha bhakti tumi se bujaho. That comes only from you because you are the epitome of devotional service. You are the personification, you are the embodiment of devotional service. And you yourself is distributing that devotional service. Therefore, this entire system of devotional service, this bhakti is coming from you. You are the Adi Dev. You are the original spiritual master. You are Adi Guru. Everything is coming from you. So this way Madhya is praising. And he's saying, Tomare se guna gaye Thakura Narada. He's saying, not only me, even Narad Muni sings your glories. Tomara se yata kichu Chaitanya Sampada. Why? Because your asset is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur here writes that Sriman Nityananda's Prabhu only asset is Mahaprabhu. He is enriched due to possessing the most opulent Sri Chaitanya. So Narad Muni is also singing your glories. So just so beautiful, right? We saw that how Parvati Devi, how Lord Shiva, how Lord Brahma, even Lakshmi Devi and Narada Muni, they all are singing your glory. So Madhya knows this and Madhya is telling Nityananda Prabhu, he is glorifying Nityananda Prabhu that everybody is glorifying you. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur also in his very famous bhajan, he writes, जे पद लागिया रमा तपस्या कोरिला जे पदे पाइया शिवा शिवत्वा लोहिला. So he's saying it's a very beautiful bhajan. It comes under Sharanagati. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. So this song is Eko na bhujina Prabhu Tomhara Charana. So in this song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he writes, Je pada lagila Rama tapasya korila. Rama means Lakshmi Devi. She is also worshipping you. She is worshipping your lotus feet. And her Lakshmi, because Je Pada Lagiya Rama Tapasya Korila. She is worshipping you. Je Pade Paiya Shiva Shivatva Labhila. And not only that, even Lord Shiva is attaining his Shivatva. It's only his quality. What do you mean by Shiva? Shiva means auspiciousness. So Lord Shiva is the embodiment of auspiciousness. So he's saying that quality of auspiciousness, his Shivatva, is also coming in Shiva because of you. Why? Because our Lord Shiva is meditating on whom? He's meditating on Lord Sankarshan. Jepade labhiya brahma kritartha hoila. And obtaining your lotus feet only, Lord Brahma became successful in life. Why? Because Lord Brahma can only approach to whom? To Shirodakshai Vishnu. And all these Vishnu are what? They are the expansion of Lord Balaram. And not only that, Jepade Narada Muni Hridaya Dhorila. And Narad Muni himself is holding the lotus feet of yours in his heart. So this is how our Madhya is saying that how Narad Muni is also singing your glories. And our Madhya is saying that not only Narad Muni, Shiva, Parvati, Lakshmi Devi, Brahma, everybody is glorifying you. Tomhara sa Kalindi Bheda Nakari Nama. So your name is Kalindi Bheda Nakari. Toma Sri Jana Ka Paila Divya Gyan. So why his name is Kalindi Bhedanakri? We all know this pastime, so definitely I'll not say, but I will read Srila Prabhupada's purport, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur purport. So he is known as the chastiser of Kalindi. We know that how Nitai, in the form when he was in Balaram, when he came in Krishna Leela as Balaram, he pulled Yamuna through his plow. And by serving you, Toma Sevi, Janaka achieved transcendental knowledge. Even Janak Maharaj achieved that transcendental knowledge. So Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur writes, the phrase Kalindi Bhedanakri Nama is explained as follows. In order to sport in the waters of Yamuna, Sri Baladev Prabhu called her. And when Yamuna, who considered the Lord intoxicated, disregarded his order, the Lord pulled her with the tip of his plow. That is why the author addresses Sriman Nityananda Prabhu, who is non-different from Sri Baladev, as Kalindi Bhedanakari, the chastiser of Kalindi. So we all know this pastime, so I'll not go in detail. Then he says, Sarva Dharma Maya Tumi Purusha Purana Tomara Savede Bale Adi Deva Nama. You are the preeminent Lord and the personification of all religious principles. Sarva Dharma Maya Tumi Purusha Purana. You are the oldest of all. You are the preeminent, right? And then he's saying you are the personification of all religious principles also. And therefore, your name is Adi Deva. In the Vedas, you are addressed as Adi Deva, the origin of all. Everything comes from Balaram. Tumi se Jagat Pita Mahayogeshwara, Tumi se Lakshmana Chandra Mahadhanurdhara. So beautifully, Madhya is praising and glorifying the Supreme Lord. You are the Father of the universe. You are Jagat Pita. You are Mahayogeshwar. You are the master of mystic yoga. Tumi se Lakshmana Chandra. You are the same Lakshman who came in Treta Yuga with Lord Ramachandra. And you are Mahadhanurdhar. You are the great archer. So you are the same Lakshman. So Nityananda Prabhu in Krishna Leela was Balaram. In Rama Leela he was Lakshman. And in Gaura Leela he is Nityananda Prabhu. So these personalities are non-different. Tumi se Pashand Shaya Rasika Acharya, Tumi se Janaha Chaitanyara Sarva Karya. So he's saying, Tumi se Pashanda Shaya. All these Pashandis, all these atheists, you are actually the destroyer of all these atheists. Because you are Adi Guru. Like Guru, he smashes all the atheistic philosophy. Like Srila Prabhupada, he came and what he did, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi and Paschata Deshatarine. He condemned all the other, these Nirvisheshavadi, these people who follow this Vaidism or Shunyavad. And then what he established? He established pure devotional service in Paschata Desh, in the Western country. So like a spiritual master, Jagat Guru, he condemns all the other philosophy. Similarly, here he's saying, you are Adi Guru and you are the destroyer of all the atheism. And not only that, you are Rasika. So you are not a dry philosopher who just simply drives out the dry philosophy. You are also Rasika because you enjoy the different mellows of Radha and Krishna. So you are Rasika. And not only Rasika, you are Acharya also. You lead everyone by your example. You teach everyone by an example. That is the meaning of Acharya. So he's saying, Tumi se Pashanda Shaya. Because of you, only these atheistic philosophy is destroyed. And you are Rasika Acharya. Means one way we can say that you can Rasika Acharya. Means you are the one who teaches us this, how to enjoy in this, how to not enjoy, but how to develop taste in this transcendental mellows. But we can take two different words also, like Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying. Rasika means you are Rasika. You yourself participate in those transcendental mellows of Sri Krishna. In all the rasas you are present. We saw that how in all the rasas, Nityananda Prabhu is present, Lord Balaram is present. And then you are an Acharya. You are Nachari also because you teach by your own personal example. Tumi se jana ha Chaitanya re sarva karya. And from you only we came to know all the pastimes of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Madhya is saying that only from you. Why? Because if Madhya would have not hit Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would have not appeared. He would have not appeared in that scene to smash Madhya with his Sudarshan. So he's saying, I know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because of you, Nityananda Prabhu. Because of you only I came to know about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if we see that even Vrindavan Das Thakur has the same mood, he's saying, I'm your disciple. And I, oh Nitai, I know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only through you. And that's how we all are. We know Mahaprabhu only through Nityananda Prabhu. If we don't worship Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not be pleased. And he will not reveal us about his glories. Right? So he's saying, we know everything about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because you yourself know everything about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and so you are distributing. तुम्हारा सेविया पूज्या हैला महामाया अनंत ब्रह्मांडे चाहे तुम्हा पद छाया. Even Mahamaya became worshipable by serving you. Innumerable universes desire the shelter of only your lotus feet. Nitai pada kamala. We have to always hold on to the lotus feet of Nitai. So we will stop here. We can go a lot forward, but it's already 12. Okay, let's read few more verses and then we'll stop. Tumi Chaitanyera Bhakta, Tumi Mahabhakti, Yata Kichu Chaitanyera, Tumi Sarva Shakti. You are the devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the personification of pure devotional service. Tumi Mahabhakti, Yata Kichu Chaitanyera, Tuma Sarva Shakti, and you possess all the potencies of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How? Then he sings, Tumhi Shaya, Tumhi Khata, Tumhi Seshayana, Tumhi Chaitanyera Chhatra, Tumhi Pranadhana. You are Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's bed, Shaya. You are his khata on which he sits, your throne. Tumhi Seshayana. On you only Mahaprabhu lies because you serve as a couch. As an Antashesh, you provide the cozy bed. And Tumi Chaitanyera Chhatra, and you are an umbrella, and you are his pranadhan, and you are his life and wealth. So we'll stop at 34. It's already 12. So the glories will go on. There are so many glories that Madhya will be speaking. And of course, it's endless. It's endless. You can speak so much on Nityananda Prabhu. But we will stop here. So thank you all so much. Thank you for your valuable association. And please forgive me if I said something wrong. You are Saragrahi Vaishnavas. You can take the essence of today's session. So we'll stop here. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Okay, dear devotees, any questions?
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Sundari Mataji. What a wonderful class, Mataji. Very, very nice, Mataji. You just started with the repentance, how the repentance has to be. And I just have a question about the enthusiasm you're saying, right? So, enthusiasm in the process, when sometimes we lose the enthusiasm, and then you said that we have to collaborate with the devotees who are enthusiastic so that it will come back again. But why that enthusiasm is going down, Mataji?
Our enthusiasm goes down because we feel complacent in our services. And the moment we feel satiated in our devotional service, it's the natural thing that the enthusiasm goes down. If we feel little satisfied, see, satisfaction in material things and material achievements is very good. But if we become satisfied in our services towards Lord, then that will loosen our enthusiasm. Because we feel, "Arey, theek hai, it's everything is okay, everything is going well." Well, in devotional service, it doesn't work. We have to have non-stop enthusiasm means our satiation should not reach, our satisfaction should not reach to the highest level. Every day, the satisfaction, we should hanker for more and more. There should be no satisfaction in devotional service. And when we hanker for more and more, naturally we'll develop that enthusiasm. So enthusiasm is lost, of course, if we commit any aparadh, then of course the enthusiasm will be lost. If we feel any kind of satisfaction in devotional service, enthusiasm will be lost. So there should be no satiation in devotional service. And it can be regained. Enthusiasm can be regained if we know the root cause of it. Definitely, if it is because aparadh, we can work on it. But if we are feeling some kind of satisfaction or laziness or complacency in our devotional service, then we can regain that enthusiasm by associating with enthusiastic people so that their enthusiasm can rub on us. Hope that helps, Mataji.
Yeah, so I have a follow-up question also, Mataji. So actually, while associating with the devotees also, sometimes there are like ups and downs, right? So at that point of time, also the enthusiasm is going down. Like when we wanted to ask something, it's conveyed as different ways. So in that ways, what happens is, okay, let me be quiet. Let me don't tell anything. So that thoughts will arise. So in that case, what can we do, Mataji?
Yeah, so that is actually a very good thought. If we hear something, then we just keep our mouth shut and we be silent, that's good. But enthusiasm is something which is internal. So if we restrict ourselves in associating with so devotees, those who criticize or those who say something against us, it's okay. We can, of course, refrain ourselves in associating with that. But enthusiasm is something internal. In spite of the reversals in our life, our enthusiasm in worshipping Krishna, our enthusiasm in performing devotional service should not go down. And it is not limited only to the people, it is limited to our own self. Okay. Being enthusiastic in our devotional service, we don't need to go out. At home, also, we can do it. So the point is that our internal enthusiasm should not go down. We should still feel enthusiastic. Rather, having reversals in our life gives us more opportunity to come more closer to Krishna, and that can increase our enthusiasm. So enthusiasm is something related to internal. Internal, our heart should be always and always be desireful to serve Krishna. That's how we have to take it.
Very well. Thank you so much, Mataji, for that clarity. I just wanted some answer like this. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yes.
The externals are important. Associating with the devotees, going to sanghas, going to temple, doing some services, they're important. But that's not the only way by which we can be enthusiastic. We can be enthusiastic just by reading Srila Prabhupada books. It gives so much of enthusiasm. If we are the daily readers of Srila Prabhupada books, it gives so much of enthusiasm in performing one's devotional service.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. That one line I liked, which you said that enthusiasm should be internal.
Yeah.
And lastly, you said that we read when we read Prabhupada books, that the enthusiasm will be there.
It will.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji, for that. Yeah, so devotees, I could see Devgan Mataji.
And Neetu Mataji. Go ahead, Neetu Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, it's a beautiful class. I just have a question, how to surrender? And how does we know Krishna accepts us?
How to?
Surrender to Krishna.
And then what you said?
And how does we know that Krishna is accepting us?
It itself is a whole class, Mataji, but in one line I'll say, of course, before that I'll say it's a disclaimer. I myself is not 100% surrendered to Krishna. But surrenderance is, one line is seeing Krishna's hand in every aspect of our life. That is surrenderance. Every aspect of our life, whether good comes, whether bad comes, whether reversals comes, whether prosperity comes, we should see that it's my Krishna. Nothing belongs to me. My Krishna is in charge of my life, and he is facilitating whatever is there in my life, whether good, whether bad, whether reversals, whether praise. Anything that comes in our life, it's my Krishna who is leading my life. When we come to that understanding, then it says that we are 100% surrender. So that is the real meaning of surrender. Surrender is not that when everything will be conducive in my life, then only I'll surrender. That's not the real surrender. Surrender is that no matter in whatever phase I am surrendered to my Supreme Lord. That is. And seeing Krishna, even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam mai cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranishyami sa cha nema pranishyati. So he says that Yomam pashyati sarvatra, one who sees me only in everything. If somebody praises you, you should think, oh, it's my Krishna who is praising me. And not only me, he's praising his own words that he's putting in my mouth. I am just a nimit matram. I'm just a medium. If somebody criticizes me, we should understand that it's my Krishna only. Maybe he wants to teach me some lesson. It's not the fault of others, but it's my Krishna who wants to teach me something valuable, some life lessons he wants to give me. So we have to see only and only Krishna in every aspect of life. If we start seeing in that way, that is surrenderance. Otherwise, we know that there are 6 limbs that Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Dainya Atma Nivedana Goprityavarana Avashe Rakshive Krishna Vishwas Payana Bhakti Anukula Matra Karira Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Varjana Vikara Shadanga Sharanagati Hoi Bejahara Tahara Prarthana Shune Shinanda Kumara. So Dainya, having humility, Atmanivedana, fully giving yourself to Krishna. Rakho bhi maro bhi jo ichha tohar. Having that kind of mentality. Atmanivedana, Dainya Atmanivedana, Goprityavarana. That you are my maintainer, you are my master. You do whatever. Make me dance, make me dance, make me dance as you like. Giving yourself to Krishna. That is what is surrenderance. And then, not only that, Avashya Rakshive Krishna, Vishwasa Palana. That trust, that faith, that conviction should be there. My Krishna will protect me. No matter what, my sweet, sweet divine couple, Srimati Radharani, Shri Krishna will protect me. Then accept that is conducive to Krishna consciousness and reject that is not conducive, that is not favorable to our Krishna consciousness. These are the 6 limbs. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, those who follow these 6, the Shadanga Sharanagati Johi Betamar, wherever these 6 limbs of Sharanagati is there, Tahara Prarthana Shune Nanda Kumar. There, Nanda Kumar, our Krishna, is obliged to hear our prayers because we are following those 6 principles of Sharanagati. But in nutshell, just seeing Krishna in every aspect of life is what is surrenderance. Hope that helps, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for that question. And Mataji, throughout the class, you were saying about the blade of grass, right?
Oh.
I think some 2 days before I came across this in Chaitanya Charitamrita, so then I was thinking, why blade of grass in the mouth? And so today the topic was about this thing. And I just Wanted to know once again, like blade of grass, they are keeping, the acharyas are keeping in the mouth, the blade of grass just to humble themselves.
Yeah, the literal way to keep them out and figurative way to understand is that to show that they are so humble. Means showing their humility, accepting their utmost humble position that their existence is nothing. That's how they mean. That's actually the meaning of Dantra Trinadhari is being humble. But not just saying that I am humble, but to show that we are humble. Because if we say that we are humble, that means we are not humble. False ego has already attacked us.
Of course. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. And I won't say more hand raise, but there are clarifications in the chat about the class. And Harita Mataji is saying that you were saying how to remember Lord Krishna, Rama while saying the blade of grass. And yeah, Harita Mataji is thanking. Yeah. So thank you so much, Mataji, once again for this wonderful session. And I don't see any more hand raise or questions in the chat. So with your permission, we can end the call here, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji, sure.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatripasya kripa sindhute vachapateetanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavandaki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Her Grace, Kirtida Sundari Mataji ki Jai.
Jai.
All the
Hare
humbled
Krishna.
Vaishnavas. Jai.